It's Serena from serena.ca, and I wanted to come on live and just kind of chat with you a little bit about this thing that I've been seeing happening a lot in my network, and that's people jumping the gun. So I've named this Facebook Live Clarity First, then Connection, and this is sort of how you're able to get the most kind of bang for your buck from an energetic perspective, from the investment that you're making in putting your content out into the world. So whether this is in your business or even just in networking or coming up with content that you're sharing in social media, what I see is sometimes when you're in that kind of hustle mode and you're in that, especially if you're in a place where you're maybe at the start of your business, so you're super eager and super really keen, or if you've hit a bit of a slump, and then you get to this place where you're trying to get as much out there as fast as possible to start bringing in revenue as quickly as you can. So that's sort of like hunger energy. Oftentimes when we're in those places, we end up trying to establish connection before we've even taken the time to really get clear on who and how we serve first. And that clarity component is so incredibly important because it ends up being the staple and the foundation for everything that you do afterward. So when I work with people on a branding perspective, the first thing I'll ask is like, who are your peeps? That's what I call them. And how do you want to make them feel? And those two clarity components, believe it or not, are oftentimes completely overlooked. And they are so essential. Because if you don't know who you're talking to or how you want to make them feel or how you want to show up and have impact for them, that means that you're coming from a place that's entirely you-centric. It's everything that you want to do, you want to say, you want to feel. It's not coming from a place of service. And that's not going to resonate with your people. If you're not taking time to create programs and offers and products that are aligned to what their needs are, what they're hungering for, and if you're not taking the time to even get clear about what you want to do and who you want to serve and who most lights you up to work with, it's going to be really hard for you to be able to have impact. So what ends up happening is we go out there and we're churning out all this stuff and we're working really hard. We've got the hustle thing working for us, and that's fantastic, but it's landing flat time and time and time again. Hi, Nancy. Thanks for coming on. And when we do that, it's really hard to be able to sustain the energy behind a hustle if you're not having impact, if you're not having connection. So I come from a theater background first, and the thing that's really beautiful about the stage is the give and take that happens, right? So it's like, even if there isn't a dialogue with the audience, and most times there isn't, there's still an energy exchange that comes from the performers that are there and they're putting on their piece, and then the audience is feeding them with their energy as they're being like totally enraptured in what's going on in the story. And so if you think about that from like a social media perspective, something like Facebook Live is fantastic like this. Hi, Kristen. Yeah, exactly. Clarity is key. So by me coming on here and I'm having this conversation with you all, you're able to give me this feedback that's coming through. Unfortunately, because I'm using my laptop and not my phone, if you're setting any hearts, I can't see those. But I am able to see the comments coming through. And so, again, it's that give and take. And the reason I can come and have this conversation with you today is because I can't tell you how many conversations with people who are putting the cart before the horse. They're going and striving for connection, but by putting things out there, but without that clarity component at the beginning. So when you're striving for connection, you don't have clarity, you're either going to come off as just white noise. You're going to blend into the background. Your dream clients are not even going to know that you're talking to them. You're going to ruffle some feathers and piss people off, which is not fun at all and totally the opposite of what you're going for. Or you're going to come off as really, I'm trying to find a nicer word than desperate, but it's the best word that I can come up with. And oftentimes it's because it's that first scenario I talked about at the beginning, which is when you're either at the start of your business or you've made a shift and you're in that hustle place because you need money. And let's be honest, like, as part of the entrepreneurial journey, sometimes it comes from that place. But if you're in that desperate, like, hungry energy, it's going to be really hard to make connection, because even though you're not saying it, as you're dialoguing, people can feel it, and they might not know why they're put off, but they're going to know it's not resonating. So hello, Mona. Thank you for those. So what my invitation is to you, whether you're using this to build relationships just in your personal life, or whether you're networking, whether you're creating stuff for your business, so content or programs or offers, my invitation to you is to take the time to really reflect on that clarity component first. So the clarity of who you want to connect with, clarity of how you want to serve. And when you do that, you want to be thinking about what they need, but you also want to be thinking about what you like to do. I can give you some examples in my business. A lot of my people need copywriting, but that is not like my main thing. If it's part of an entire brand package and a website, sure, I'll do copywriting, but that is not like, that's not my love. And that tends to be the thing that I will outsource to other people. So just because you can do something doesn't mean you have to do it. So find the things, and it's that kind of marriage between what they need and what you love. So it's getting clear on who it is, on how you want to serve them, how you want to make them feel, and then you start to go out after the connection. And then you start to put out the content and the programs and the services and offers and everything else that is going to draw them in. Because if you don't have that foundation piece first, it just doesn't happen. So that's my little love note to you, my sweet ones. I hope you are having a very beautiful day. And I'm going to try to do this a little bit more often. I love Facebook Live and visiting with all of you guys. Hi, Keisha. Hello again, Nancy. So I'm going to just send you like a big hello, big loves. And when you're working on your things, think about your people, think about your message, think about your mission. Get that super, super crystal clear first. Also for manifestation, that's another big one. Always get super, super clear about what it is you want to create, and then go out there and just friggin' make it happen. Simple as that. Okay, have a wonderful, beautiful day. Sending you lots of love. Take care.